Hello and welcome to all the men and women of the West. I'm Joe. This is the first House of the Dragon type of video that I do in a while. I've not had much time for it. I'm doing this video in a hurry because I actually didn't expect I'd be making this video. And I did not expect I'd actually enjoy this episode. I'm not a Game of Thrones fan. I am a classical fantasy guy. Classic mythology, history, fantasy. I don't like new stuff. But this was a good episode. I'm not gonna lie. I actually had fun. I enjoyed Game of Thrones season 1, but I didn't enjoy any of the others. They just felt tedious to me. I'm not a big fan of the books. I read them all. I didn't much enjoy them. This is no secret. Most people who watch my Game of Thrones videos know this. I'm kind of coming in from a different position than most people. This video I really wanted to make after I saw that first episode, and I'm gonna be honest, the Ivanhoe fanatic in me and fan of Le Geste Roland, I love the jousts. I love the duel. I love that stuff. So this episode did a great job with that. They brought in Criston Cole, the Kingsman who's ends up basically being Kingmaker for Aegon the Second, I think it is. And he only has a brief scene in this episode, which is fine. I kind of expected him to have a bit more screen time, to be honest, considering how important he is later, but it's fitting that they focus more on the Targs. The focus on Rhaenyra wanting to go out and be a great warrior and basically be Mulan or Nymeria or whatever. Yeah, that's par for the course these days. Every writer does that with their female characters. I'm not trying to say you can't, I'm just saying it's par for the course. That's not where they do good with Rhaenyra, though. They do a good job just showing both that side of her and the girlish side of her and her progression towards becoming the character she's going to be later. So in that regard, I really like what they did with Rhaenyra. Alicent, there's a mixture of vulnerability, beauty, and also just melancholy I did not expect to find. Honestly, I didn't think I'd sympathize with the character, so they did a good job, and the actress did a great job. We got, I think it's Rhaenys, the Queen That Never Was. I like how she's got a sneering sense of humor. She reminded me a bit of Lucius Malfoy from Harry Potter, so I actually found that a little funny. So I actually liked her. Sorry, I couldn't help but like her a little. Corlys Velaryon, I know they race changed the character from the books to the show. I'm not gonna kick up a fuss about it, and I'm not going to pretend that it isn't what it is. It's a race change. But on the other hand, actor did a great job. I thought Viserys should have been fatter originally, but the actor is so good. Wow. Like, he conveys vulnerability, but also a certain amount of just bitterness that comes from having worn the crown for so long. He reminded me a bit of Robert Baratheon, though less broken. That said, the bitterness between him and Daemon was to be expected, and I'm gonna be honest, I kind of side against Daemon there. Daemon's being a jerk. I mean, his brother's son's corpse isn't even cold yet. Daemon accusing him of being weak when he's at his most vulnerable, that's not really the sort of thing I can imagine doing to my own brother. And we see there the coldness and the ambition in Daemon, in that for some reason he always wants more. He's the spoilt baby brother or baby son of the Targ family. He's always been spoiled. That said, he is a formidable warrior. We've got, of course, the drama of Otto, who obviously does not like Corlys or Daemon, and we've got him basically sneaking around, maneuvering and whatnot. So yeah, it's pretty good. I do like the fact that the little models that Viserys is making, I'd love to learn how to do that. I love seeing characters who create like that in TV shows. I think it adds nuance and layers to Viserys as a character. I really like that, so I'm gonna actually up my rating for just that. And of course, you got the scene where he reveals the prophecy of Aegon, which I hate. I'm not gonna lie, I hate the idea of Aegon having passed down this prophecy for the generations. I hate that idea. I hope they go with the Maester conspiracy. That will make the show far more interesting. I'm gonna say this episode was a fairly solid 2.5. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. It's above average. It's because my rating is from 0 to 4, so I'm gonna say it's a 2.5. Yeah, it's above average. 4 is perfect. 3 is almost perfect. 2.5. Honestly, this is a really good episode. Good start. I can't wait to see the next episode. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like and that subscribe button as though you were a dragon breathing fire on it, especially if you want to stay tuned for my second episode review